In 1169, Norman knights, backed by England's King Henry II, landed on Irish shores, marking the start of 800 years of oppression. The invaders clashed with Gaelic chieftains, exploiting Ireland's fragmented political landscape. By 1171, Henry II declared himself Lord of Ireland, imposing feudal rule. This invasion laid the groundwork for centuries of English dominance, eroding native sovereignty. The Normans built castles to secure control, symbolizing the beginning of systemic colonization. The Statutes of Kilkenny, enacted in 1366, were a series of racist laws designed to eradicate Irish culture. They banned intermarriage, Gaelic language, and Brehon law, forcing assimilation under English rule. Violators faced land confiscation or imprisonment. These laws aimed to create a cultural apartheid, dividing loyal English settlers from the savage Irish. The statutes reveal how colonialism weaponized legislation to crush resistance, a tactic later replicated worldwide. The 16th century Tudor Conquest saw England escalate violence to dismantle Gaelic lordships. Crown armies, armed with cannon fire, razed Irish strongholds like the O'Neill and O'Donnell clans' lands. The policy of surrender and regrant forced chieftains to abandon ancestral titles or face annihilation. By 1603, the 9 Years' War ended with the flight of the Earls, stripping Ireland of its native leadership. This marked the transition from indirect rule to outright occupation. Following the 9 Years' War, England confiscated 500,000 acres of Ulster land in 1609, displacing native Irish Catholics. Protestant settlers from Scotland and England were incentivized to colonize the region, creating a loyalist majority. By 1641, Catholics owned just 5% of Ulster. This engineered demographic shift fueled sectarian tensions that persist today. The plantation model became a blueprint for British settler colonialism, later used in America and Palestine. Oliver Cromwell's campaign, 1649-53, was genocidal. Massacres at Drogheda and Wexford slaughtered thousands. Survivors were deported as indentured laborers to Barbados, a precursor to transatlantic slavery. Cromwell's infamous decree forced Catholics to hell or Connaught, seizing their fertile lands. By 1652, 50% of Ireland's pre-war population was dead or exiled. This period exemplifies how British imperialism combined military terror with economic exploitation. The penal laws, 1695 to 1829, stripped Catholics of basic rights. They couldn't vote, own land, or practice their faith openly. Hedge schools emerged as secret centers of Irish education and resistance. Protestant ascendancy consolidated power, with Catholics reduced to 14% of land ownership by 1778. These laws institutionalized religious apartheid, mirroring tactics used against colonized peoples globally. Only in 1829 were some rights restored after centuries of systemic oppression. During the Great Famine, 1845-52, Ireland exported food under British guard while a million starved. London's laissez-faire policies worsened the disaster. Relief efforts were inadequate, and evictions continued. By 1851, 1.5 million had fled on coffin ships, with 25% dying en route. The population dropped by 25%, a loss unmatched in 19th century Europe. This catastrophe exposed colonialism's cruel economics. Ireland was treated as a resource colony, not a nation. The Land Wars, 1879-82, saw tenant farmers, led by the Land League, resist evictions and rack renting. Mass protests and rent strikes forced Britain to pass the 1881 Land Act, granting limited tenant rights. The slogan, "Hold the Harvest," became a rallying cry against absentee landlords. Though nonviolent, protesters faced violent reprisals, highlighting how colonial economics exploited Irish labor. This movement inspired later anti-colonial struggles worldwide. A 1916 Easter Rising, though militarily failed, ignited Ireland's fight for independence. Rebels seized Dublin's GPO, proclaiming a republic free from British rule. After 6 days, artillery shelling crushed the revolt. British forces executed 16 leaders, including James Connolly, strapped to a chair due to wounds. Public outrage turned sympathy toward independence, proving, as Connolly warned, that the British government has no right in Ireland. The 1921 Anglo-Irish Treaty partitioned Ireland, creating a sectarian Northern Ireland under British rule. Decades of conflict followed, from the Troubles to ongoing border disputes. Today, Brexit's trade barriers reignite tensions, proving colonialism's scars endure. The Republic's 1949 exit from the Commonwealth couldn't erase 800 years of cultural trauma. But Ireland's resilience, from language revival to global diaspora, stands as a testament to survival.